Welcome, little scientists. I'm Miss Victoria from the Bridgewood Public Library, and I'm so glad you're here with me. Today we're going to be conducting a cool experiment called Rain Cloud in a Glass, and we're also going to be learning about the water cycle. In order to do this experiment, we will just need a few basic items that you most likely already have at home. These include water, shaving cream, a clear glass or jar, a small bowl or measuring cup, some blue food coloring, and a pipette or dropper. The setup for this experiment is quite simple. First, we'll need to fill a glass about 3/4 of the way with water. Then we'll carefully add shaving cream to the water surface so that it resembles a cloud. Next, we're going to set this aside, allowing a few minutes for the shaving cream to fully settle on top of the water. Then in a bowl, we're going to mix a few drops of blue food coloring with a 1/4 cup of water. This will act as the rain. Then we're going to fill our pipettes or droppers with the blue water, inserting the tip into the shaving cream and squeezing. We'll repeat this process until the creamy cloud is oversaturated, causing it to rain inside of the glass. While we're waiting for the simulation to produce our blue rain, let's talk about the water cycle so that you understand why it rains. There are several steps to this process. The first steps are evaporation and transpiration. Evaporation happens when the sun heats up water and turns the water into vapor or gas. Water from the oceans, rivers, lakes, and ponds all evaporate. Transpiration happens when trees and plants sweat and release water into the air. Condensation is the next step of the water cycle. This happens as water vapor from plants and water moves higher into the sky, forming clouds, just like our shaving cream cloud in the glass. During this stage of the cycle, water vapor gets extremely cold and changes back to water in liquid form. The next step of the process is called precipitation, and that's what you're seeing now. As time passes, more and more water forms and collects in clouds. Eventually, the clouds become extremely heavy. When this happens, we get precipitation. That's why our blue rain is falling from the shaving cream cloud. The cloud has gotten heavy with this rain, and now it needs to release it in the form of droplets, as we're seeing in the glass. As the droplets are released, they fall back to the earth in the form of rain, hail, snow, or sleet. Precipitation is important for watering plants while also providing a source of water for other living things. Without precipitation, we would have no water to drink or swim in. We also need precipitation to help regulate water temperatures and water levels. Without precipitation, we experience droughts. The last step in the water cycle is called collection. As water falls to the earth, it's collected. The collection does more than create mud and puddles to jump in. It regulates the water in our oceans, lakes, rivers, and ponds. Once the collection is over, water begins to evaporate and the cycle continues. I hope you enjoyed our experiment today, and I'm so glad you joined me. This is a really easy one to replicate at home, so you can definitely try it again and again. And if you want to make it even more colorful, you can add additional colors of food dye to make rainbow rain. Thanks again for joining me today, and I hope to see you next month. Bye, everyone.